What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to Three-Way Dance Goes to the Movies this week. And speaking of movies, I want to talk about our sponsor, MoviesRUSA.net. That is movies, the letter R, USA.net. And they are a proud sponsor of the Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. If you've never been to MoviesRUSA.net, it's a website where you can purchase hard-to-find movies and TV shows that have either never been released on physical media or are hard to find on physical media, such as the obscure movie as Meet the Applegates or the recently released Netflix show Squid Game. You can get these on Blu-ray and DVD and shop over 2,000 other titles on their website. And on top of all that, you can use our checkout code 3WAY, the word, not the number, and save an insane amount of money, such as 50% off, just by using that little checkout code. And if you spend over $50 within the United States, you're going to get free shipping. But don't worry, international listeners, we haven't forgotten about you either. If you spend over $50 or if you spend any money at all we ask is that you pay the exact shipping cost and you will get whatever it is you're looking for. And if you can't find what you're looking for on moviesrusa.net, all you got to do is request it. If he can find it, you can get it. So head on over to moviesrusa.net, use that checkout code 3WAY, save 50% on your purchase. That's a lot of savings. So head on over to moviesrusa.net, let them know that the Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast or Three-Way Dance Goes to the Movies sent you, and we'll see you at the movies. Enjoy this week's episode. What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here, and welcome to the first edition of the Three-Way Dance Goes to the Movies, is what we're calling it here. And believe it or not, for the first episode, we're not the Three-Way Dance, because Shelby, unfortunately, aka Shubs, had a lot of stuff going on. I mean, he's helping people move, he's had some other issues going on, and he got tired of that one fucker asking about me borrowing money, so he was like, fuck this, I'm out. So it is just me and Nick here, talking about, as you can tell from the title or the picture and the screen, whatever, we're going to be talking about the movie Rat Race tonight, which is a good movie here. Plus, we're going to be doing a movie edition of It Came From eBay with the adjusted rules. We're going to be taking your questions. I put up a Q&A, and we're going to do that here. So it's going to be a short little show here tonight, hopefully. And if you guys like this, we'll do more movie-related episodes later. We figured to get out of that niche market of wrestling, because last week's episode did so well. Kill me. Oh, God, don't even get me started. Joining me tonight, since Shelby is not here, of course, is Jumping Jack Flash, Nick.
It's a gas.
Yeah, that was 80s, right?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Well, Rolling Stones version was the 60s, but I think it was Aretha Franklin that did the 80s one for Blues Brothers, I believe.
That was 70s, too.
No, Blues Brothers was the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay. I was trying. It also kind of works as a movie reference because of Whoopi Goldberg, and we're reviewing Rat Race and Whoopi Goldberg. Fuck it. Whatever.
Oh, man, Sister Act 3 is apparently coming. Disney Plus exclusive. Whoopi's back.
Well, apparently she's just reading the script. I mean, Sister Act 3 is supposed to have been happening for like years now.
No, but see, I read today that she is on board and she's trying to get as much as the original cast as possible.
As much as the original cast as possible, so there could only be 4 of them because the rest of those women have to be dead.
Well, maybe. I mean, there's the main ones would be Kathy and Jimmy, Wendy McKenna, and Maggie Smith.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those 4, but like the other women in the choir have to be dead.
Maybe. You don't know. They got some good things.
Yeah, so we got a quick little show here. So we're gonna get right into it. We're just gonna smack right into it. So we're gonna play a movie edition of It Came From eBay, and we're gonna play by the adjusted rules. So Nick has to figure out the highest price of the 3 to get a point. If he gets the middle, nobody gets anything. If he picks the cheapest, then Shelby will receive a point towards the overall total for Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. So your first 3 are, and these are all movie-related items that I found. So your first 3 are, it is a Dennis the Menace 1993 movie Screen used dog collar. This is apparently one of the dog collars used, of course, on the dog in the 1990s.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. This this is a 1997 Titanic screen used piece of deck rope. Yeah. And this one I found pretty unique. This was a screen used copy of a National Enquirer from the movie Man on the Moon, the biopic of Andy Kaufman.
Oh.
Yeah. So which one of these three are going for the most expensive price on eBay?
Huh. You think so? I gotta try and think about this because Titanic was huge. Man on the Moon was popular, and Dennis the Menace, it was like kids and Walter Matthau fans. So,
but again, it's eBay, so it could go
yeah, it's
anywhere.
True too. Let me say I'm gonna say the dog collar from Dennis the Menace.
Ooh, no points for anybody. Because that is actually the middle item there.
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
It's actually going for the price of $500.
That's not bad.
The Enquirer was the cheapest one, going at $109.99.
I wanted to believe that Titanic wouldn't be the most expensive, but
Titanic is the most expensive at a little piece of the deck rope. I mean, it had to be, looking at the picture, it had to be about 4 inches. $650.
I would have thought it would be more, actually.
I don't know, for 4 inches of deck rope, I bet it better be like $100. But $650, hey, to each their own. All right, your next three here are these three were all pretty unique too. Your first one being a Saw 5 bloody piece of bed sheet. If I'm not mistaken, Saw 5. Oh no, that was Saw 4 I'm thinking of. Okay, so apparently there was I can't remember Saw 5 vividly at the moment, but apparently there was a bed sheet that used blood, and this is a piece of it. Or the Rock's movie, The Rundown. Apparently this was a screen used belt. It did not specify who wore the belt, but I'm assuming either Walken, Scott, or The Rock. Or is it screen used fake weed from Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle? And it even has like a little container, and it's against like a card. You know, it's kind of like, imagine like an action figure, but instead of the action figure, it's like a little circle of weed. Yeah. So which one of these three are going for the most expensive price on eBay?
The fake weed from Harold and Kumar.
Ooh, points, Shelby.
Son of a bitch.
That is actually the cheapest, going at $45. The middleist would have been $90 at the Rundown screen used belt. Believe it or not, the Saw 5 bloody bedsheet piece, which is, again, it's like one of those pieces you would get like on a trading card or something. Oof. At $150.
Gross.
And for these last three, I thought I'd have a little fun with it because we thought Shelby was going to be here. So I picked an item from each of our favorite movies, or what I think is your favorite movie. I'm not real clear on that. So for your last three here, is it a Burt Reynolds signed Smokey and the Bandit red leather jacket signed by Burt Reynolds?
Interesting.
Is it a Kenan Thompson autographed Good Burger script? Or is it a Gina Davis Rockford Peaches signed baseball? It says Gina Davis and it says Rockford Peaches on the baseball. Which one of these three are going for the most expensive price on eBay?
The Kenan Thompson Good Burger script.
Ooh, Shelby, points. That's actually the cheapest.
Damn it.
Because the Kenan Thompson autograph script is going for $250.
Yeah, that's not bad.
The Gina Davis Rockford Peaches signed baseball is going for the price of $274.99. And the Burt Reynolds Smokey and the Bandit jacket, which Shelby's favorite one of his favorite movies, he said, $559.99.
I should have known.
Yeah, and
I just thought because Kenan Thompson is like
hot right
shit
now.
right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured. Okay, well, but
Yeah.
all right.
All right, so Shelby picked up 2 points there. So he now has a, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 5, 10, 15, 20, 22. He has a 4-point lead on you.
Shit.
Got to get more gooder. Got to get more gooder on that. All right, so that was a quick eBay round here. No 3-word dances this week, unless for some reason you have movie-related ones that I don't know.
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to get into our review of the movie Rat Race. Rat Race, which came out in 2001 and was directed by Jerry Zucker, who did movies such as Airplane and, he did another one too.
Top Secret.
Top Secret, thank you. This was a loose remake of the 60s classic, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. This movie followed a similar plot to that. It wasn't a blatant remake of it, but it's loosely remade of it, obviously, like I said. All right, so let's get into it. The movie starts out with a title card and an animated sequence of all the actors and actresses featured in the movie. We then cut to Nick Schaefer, played by Breckin Meyer, attempting to check out of his Vegas hotel, but it's revealed that he owes $110 for watching Afro Whores 11 times.
At one point, he stopped to watch The Grinch for 20 minutes and then switched back to Afro Whores.
The hotel clerk, Danielle was her name, which tells you how much I watched this because I know her fucking name. She's just like, okay, so how many times did you watch it? And he's like, none. And then 10 minutes of The Grinch. Nick argues that he didn't watch it. We then see Owen Templeton, played by Cuba Gooding Jr., a down on his luck football ref, drinking his woes away when he is recognized and quickly flees when his misread coin flip airs on TV. And this becomes like a running gag that I get why people would think it's funny, but I think in realistic terms, I don't ever think what happened because I don't understand. Like later on, we find out like the taxi driver lost $20,000 on the game. Like, how would you lose $20,000 on the game decisive on a coin flip?
It didn't make sense to me, but
yeah, you know what I mean.
It's easier to lay blame on something because of an obvious.
I guess you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. That'd be stupid. It'd be like, oh, it's tails, and I'm like, no, it says heads. No, look, it's that would be stupid to air on TV, and you couldn't tell the difference. But like, how would you lose 20 grand because of that coin flip?
Because you wouldn't even know that there was going to be a coin toss before placing the bet. So
exactly, you know. We then see Blaine and Dwayne, played by Vince Valouf and Seth Green, which, fun fact, apparently these roles were offered to, believe it or not, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Oh, that would have been good.
Apparently, damn, what was the reason I read? They either had to decline it because they were doing something or they just weren't up to it. One of the two. But another fun fact of this movie came out the same weekend as Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and this movie outperformed it.
I was just thinking about that. It came out that same weekend.
Blaine and Dwayne setting up a scam to get rich. The plan goes awry when a bystander falls down the stairs.
Victoria Allred.
Victoria Allred. Holy shit, it's Victoria Allred. That's a joke later in the movie. We then cut to Vera, played by Whoopi Goldberg, who is there to meet her estranged daughter, Meryl, played by she's the only character in this movie that is not played by, like, again, I'm not discrediting her by saying this, but like not a big name, you know, other than the kids, you know, later and shit like that. But like, this is the only like cast member that like was not like a heavy name at the time. You know, a marketable name. So like, honestly, I forgot her damn name. Um, Meryl gets a business call while meeting her mom, and we see that she's a ruthless businesswoman. Meryl becomes a bit standoffish when Vera reveals that she has a psychic, and that joke never returns in the movie. Which, okay. The camera cuts to Randy and Beverly Pear and their family, played by John Lovitz and Kathleen and Jimmy. And their family arriving at the hotel, revealing Randy is a cheap ass because he wanted to carry all the bags up and, you know. Oh, look, see, told you I didn't need a bellhop. Oh, congrats, you saved $2. Which, damn, I wish I could get away with tipping the bellboy $2, man. Now they want like 5s and 10s and shit.
Not in 2022.
Exactly. Shit, you can tell that right there. Like, you could close your eyes and just listen to the movie, and that dates the movie right there.
Yeah.
We cut back to Nick trying to leave the casino, but his friend is convincing him to stay and accusing him of being straight-laced. We see Vera and Miro gambling when they win a strange coin and tells them to see guest services. The same for Randy, Blaine, and Dwayne, that's a great sight gag, by the way, that they were like stealing money from like an orphanage thing or something. You know, they're just pulling the quarters out. Great sight gag there. And Owen. We find out that the prize is a buffet with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and Meryl is hesitant while Vera is game, which, again, that's a funny gag. Like, Meryl's just like, sounds like a scam, and Vera's just like, ooh, a scam!
Yeah.
Like, she has no idea what a fucking scam is. You know? Well, she has a psychic, so I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of works out.
Well, yeah.
Finally, Nick gives in and gambles and wins the same prize as the others from earlier. We cut to all the winners trying to figure out what's going on. Vera recognizes Owen and is excited and gets a selfie with him. Enrico, played by Rowan Atkinson. And you know what? This was like one of the first roles other than Bean I've ever seen him in. So like it was really weird seeing him play this fucking role.
Yeah.
You know? He enters the room revealing that he won a coin to be there as well. He asks everyone if they've seen the room they're in, to which Randy replies, yes, because we're in it.
Oh, little cock doggies.
They're called cocktail weenies. Oh, yes, cocktail weenies. I'm sorry, my English is very bad, but I'm learning. That's it, we're out of here. Vera, here it is. Vera tries to leave. Oh shit! Miro has had enough with Enrico's erratic behavior and grabs Vera to leave. That's when Sinclair, played by John Cleese, appears to seemingly tell them what is going on. Sinclair jokes that the world is ending and a meteor is coming to Earth. Before telling them, I don't know why I added the before telling them again. Before telling them it's a joke is what I meant, right? Nick arrives late. Sinclair then tells them they have a 1 in 6 chance of striking it big before Mr. Grisham comes out with the paperwork. Which I don't know what it was about that scene, but I always like that. Like, you have a 1 in 6 chance. A roll of the dice, throws the dice across the table. I don't know, something about that I always really liked. You know. We then see a group of people discussing on betting on the people who have won a coin. Sinclair then reveals in Silver City, New Mexico, in a train station, he has $2 million. First to get it, gets to keep it. Everyone is hesitant to leave right away as they have questions. Sinclair then shoots a gun to get everyone moving. Enrico is jazzed. It's a race. While everyone else...
He said race.
It's a race. It's a race. I'm going to win. Made me lose my spot. While everyone else plays off that they aren't going for the money before starting to battle one another downstairs in elevators to get a jump start. We see Owen hopping a taxi to the airport, with the driver being played by Paul Rodriguez. While Meryl and Vera are using a personal driver, Randy is trying to trick his family to leave by saying that he has a job in Silver City. But his family tags along. I see that's one thing I don't get either. I would have just fucking told him.
Yeah.
Like, we're going for $2 million. Get your asses in the car.
Yeah, why have to dance around it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, get your ass in the car. We're gonna go win $2 million. Like, that's it. Game is over. Enrico goes on foot before falling asleep, and we find out he's narcoleptic. And one of the diplomats is pissed. I bet $2 million on him. Sorry, no refunds. Blaine and Dwayne are speeding throughout traffic. The taxi driver reveals that he lost 20 grand thanks to the game Owen misreped, which, like we discussed earlier, I don't even get how the fuck that happens. A bystander reveals to the driver that who that was. Thank you. And he is unhappy about it. We see Randy and his family charging through the airport, and Nick sitting at a bar, who then throws his keys to the locker away, as they were all given keys to the locker earlier. Nick then notices Tracy Redding, played by Amy Smart. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Nick then notices Tracy reading a book. Sorry. Tracy being played by Amy Smart, who happens to be reading the same book as him, a biography on Lindbergh. Owen scores a ticket to Albuquerque before Randy, while Vera and Meryl await to take off in a private plane. Blaine and Dwayne literally fight their way to the front of the line, which that was a great gag. Like, you guys weren't here? Yeah, we were. No, you weren't. Oh, excuse me, is that the right time? And then they punch them, and they're like, "Who's next?" They were next. That was fucking great. Like Vince Valuva, like he did another movie, Grind, yeah, and he was great in that. And I don't understand why he didn't take off. And a fun fact about Vince Valuva, if you look at the poster and the DVD cover of this movie, he's one of the few that don't get top billing in this movie, and it's because his agent didn't argue for it. And he's shortly after this, he fired his agent. But but tickets are now sold out, so they devised a plan to ground all planes and are successful in doing so, leaving all the racers to scramble for backup plans. Owen takes the same taxi, unknowing that the driver knows who he is now, while the others rent a car to drive it. Nick comes back to flirt with Tracy, and she reveals that she is flying to Roswell, New Mexico. Nick then gets the idea to go for the money. Nick retrieves his key from the trash, and we cut back to Mr. Grisham, revealing that he ate a coconut candy, showing that it was a Sinclair side bet. The best one of these, the best one of these comes in later. But like, what a fucking bizarre thing to bet on. We then see Randy driving his family. His daughter is trying to get him to stop the bathroom, but he refuses. We go back to Owen with the taxi driver, and it's obvious the driver is up to something. Like, how the fuck did Owen not hear that inflection in his voice? Mm-hmm. Like that, like, I'm gonna fuck you up voice. So you can pay me whatever's fair. And he's just like, oh, well, okay, yeah, nice deal. Like, what the shit? Back with Randy, he is making his daughter shit out the window. Like
a prairie dog in it.
What's a
prairie dog in it? When a dog sticks his head up in and out of the sand?
And I like that there's that pause, like they're processing it, like, what? Oh! That's not even the best thing that happens, and then that comes later.
Oh.
Yeah. Nick and Tracy are in a chopper heading towards New Mexico. We then see Randy was pulled over by the police as a cop cleans his window off, which that was pretty funny too, though. You know?
Hello, officer.
No, he's like, was I speeding?
Oh,
Yeah,
how fast was I going?
yeah, how fast? That's what it was. Like Owen, yeah, that's what it was. Back with Owen, the driver reveals that he knows who Owen is, drives him out to the middle of the desert, taking his pants and shoes in the process. Which I'm just like, what a bizarre fucking turn of events that was.
Yeah.
Like of all things, I mean, it's a comedy, so I didn't really expect him to kill him, but like he drives him out to the middle of the desert. I think it'd been one thing to steal his shoes because then it'd been hot, but the fact that he stole the man's pants,
Yeah.
you know,
Not his wallet, not his key, not his anything like that, just his pants.
well, I mean, if he stole his
Shoes.
pants, he probably stole his wallet.
But he still had the key.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think about that. Maybe it was in his breast pocket though.
Yeah, it could have been. That makes sense.
Maybe. Meanwhile, Vera and Meryl meet a lady selling squirrels, played by a cameo by Kathy Bates. And ask her
Well, of course I do. I'm not retarded.
You sure you don't want to buy a squirrel? No, lady, we don't want to buy a squirrel. Do you know how to get to the highway? Well, of course I do. I'm not retarded. She gives him directions to a shortcut before leaving. Back in the desert, Owen has made makeshift shoes out of his shirt, has burned his feet. Back with Randy, I made a point to write this just in case, but back with Randy's Jewish family, his daughter gets excited when she sees a Barbie museum. Randy's wife forces him to stop there, only to their shock, find out it's a pro-Holocaust museum, which
No, it's a pro-Nazi museum.
Pro-Nazi museum, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's the same thing, pro-Holocaust.
Yeah, I suppose.
But like the look John Lovitz, that cut to John Lovitz's look is like one of the funniest fucking things. I still laugh at that. Like I laughed at it when I was like watching it for the notes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, the daughter's like, yay, we're gonna go to the Barbie museum. Then it cuts to like the tour guide's like, this is Klaus, Klaus Barbie. And then like cuts to John Lovitz's face like, what the fuck am I doing here? The funniest fucking look. I mean, I couldn't come up with anything better than that. It's the funniest fucking look ever. If anybody listening to this, all two of you, just wants to see any part of this movie, just look this part up. Look up John Lovitz's Barbie Museum. I don't know what it would pop up in YouTube, but this is the funniest part. And then they're like, "Are you leaving?" He's like, "No, yeah."
We have to go to a book burning, and then we're going to a baptism for our very Christian, not Jewish family.
I forgot about the book burning. Yeah, we got a 4:00 book burning, and oh shit. Okay. Blaine and Dwayne notice Randy's car outside the museum and stop to sabotage it. We then see Vera and Meryl following directions given, and then Randy, who has stolen Hitler's car from the museum. Like some of the shit that I have to say out loud sometimes, Nick and Tracy take a detour to see Tracy's boyfriend, only to find out he is cheating on her. And the boyfriend.
Dean King.
Yep. Oh, very good. To see cheating on her, and she proceeds to go psycho on him from the chopper, and even chasing him, blowing her engine out in the process. And Tracy flees, stealing her ex-boyfriend's truck, or not even stealing it. I guess it's her truck.
Repossessing it.
Yeah. Nick follows Owen. Oh no, wait. Nick following. I'm sorry. Owen comes across a water fountain at a bus station, and Owen then somehow tricks the driver into giving him his uniform. Which this, of all the ludicrous things, yeah, of all the ludicrous things in this movie, this is the one I believe the least. You know, like, oh my god, pants. What do they need my pants for? For a vagina. You know, like, and he's like, oh,
The
okay.
hats for the
Here's my yeah, you know. Fun fact about this, you probably know this one. Diamond Dallas Page actually had a cameo with Cuba Gooding Jr. in the movie, but it was cut due to when they test screened it, he got no reaction in the movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently they had like a whole fight sequence. But yeah, when they test screened it, the DDP got like no reaction at all. So they cut it, but it is on the DVD. Or you can look it up on YouTube. That's where I found it. He tricks him into giving his uniform so he can drive a Lucy convention to Santa Fe. It's everybody on the bus is a Lucy, man. Just there's an Asian Lucy. There's a
drag queen Lucy.
Drag queen Lucy. Yeah, we get to her later. Back at the hotel, Enrico is awoken at the hotel and is hit.
He said race. He said race.
He's the race and is hit by an organ transplant driver, Zach, played by Wayne Knight, trying to get a taxi. Zach offers to drive Enrico to Silver City. Holy shit! It's what's her name?
Holy shit! It's Gloria Allred.
Holy shit! It's Gloria Allred. Blaine and Dwayne are shown making a copy of the key so they can go their separate ways and double their chances. The key maker, if he has a name, I have no idea. I just call him the key maker. The key maker overhears this and steals their key while giving them a fake one and takes off for the money. Vera and Meryl are finishing the directions, and it was a trap from the squirrel lady for not buying one, as they fucking get thrown into a pile of cars from everybody.
Should have bought a squirrel.
Should have bought a squirrel, yeah. That just means that means that she's like the most evilest woman in the world, because she had to go out to that. She had to give direction, like, you're going to go down here 1.8 miles, make a left, go down there 2.6 miles, and then she had to go out there and set that whole fucking thing up. That's the scary thing about that. It's not that she's like, you're going to go out here and do this. She went out there and set that up.
Well, I mean, you have to think she's obviously pretty nutty.
Oh,
Pun intended.
But like, oh god. Okay. From the squirrel lady. The Lucys are driving Owen insane while driving. A fire starts. A fire starts, and they throw a wig into the toilet, plugging it as soap fills. As soap fills in. As soap fills in, sudsing up the whole bus. There we go. Nick reveals to Tracy what is going on at a diner, at the race, that is. Randy and his family find numerous things in the car that belong to Hitler and Ava Braun, including lipstick.
This harmonica.
Yeah, harmonica and the sunglasses. Look at me, I'm Mrs. Hitler. We then see Zach and Enrico. Zach tells Enrico that he is transplanting a heart and asks if he wants to see it. Which, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that line. And Enrico's just like, wow, we're moving pretty fast. And Zach's like, yeah, we're hauling ass. He's like, yeah, hauling ass. He's like, you know what I got back there? He's like, yeah, ass. Okay, where did I lose it? Zach tells Enrico that he's transporting a heart and asks if he wants to see it. Upon looking at it, it falls out of the cooler onto the floor. Nick and Tracy then siphon gas from a cup The cop catches them in the act, but they cover it up with Nick taking a piss. But all of a sudden, the keymaker, Blaine and Dwayne, speed past him, causing the cop to give chase. Blaine and Dwayne and the keymaker head into a hot air balloon festival. Keymaker steals a balloon while Blaine and Dwayne chasing the car. Dwayne grabs onto the balloon after hitting several cows. He lets go. Again, this is one of those sentences I was just like, why do I have to say that? After hitting several cows, he lets go, and after the car chases him, which is now driving itself, thanks to Dwayne being on the hood. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Blaine. On the hood. He hops back onto the rope of the balloon. Dwayne and the keymaker are now hanging onto a cow that has hooked itself onto the balloon. And Dwayne retrieves the keys after they sprayed each other with the milk from the cow's udders.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think it can't get any crazier, you know. Just think if Shelby had to watch this, he would be hating this right now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
I know, yeah. I mean, it's a good sight gag. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, just given the history, like, you know, it's like, we love this. What do you think, Shelby? He's like, I hate you all. You know. He retrieves a key as the car wrecks into a pond. Owen then hits the cow hanging from the balloon, wrecking the bus and upsetting all the Lucys in the process. And that was right, and that was where the drag queen Lucy comes in.
Oh yeah.
But here's one consistency about their, I guess, continuity, not consistency. Like, she comes up in her little Lucy voice, like, "Hey, when's the next bathroom break?" And he's like, "Oh no, this is one way. There's a bathroom in the back." And he I guess, he says, "Oh yeah, but the door's latched open." I'm like, didn't we forget that the toilet was clogged?
Yeah.
You know, but he's like, just go back there. You don't have anything the Lucys haven't seen. I don't know about that. Like, oh fuck. He's like, would you keep it down? Yeah. Owen tries changing the tire, and the Lucys throw the spare down the road. Owen breaks down, as he should. Enrico is trying to place the heart back in the bag, but it falls out of the window to the dismay of Zach. Rhonda? Who the fuck is Rhonda? Randy. Randy, still driving Hitler's car, accidentally burns his finger on a lighter, flipping off a biker in the process by mistake. The bikers.
I really like your
bike. Which I like how the biker took the flipping off. Okay.
Yeah.
She took Kathy and Jimmy flipping her off. Like, okay. But it was the dyke is what fucking.
Yeah.
Which I think in actuality, she would have never heard that.
Right.
You know? But that's what set her off. You know? Not two fingers, but that. Anyway. The bikers then. Wait, I'm sorry. Flipping off the biker in the process by mistake. The bikers then cause them to wreck into a World War II reunion where Randy has now
burned his lip on the cigarette lighter and smashed his face against the steering wheel that he rubbed the lipstick on.
Causing a faux Hitler stash and sounds German due to the lighter going into his mouth, much to the chagrin, obviously, of the World War II reunion.
He starts pounding the podium and doing the salute.
Yeah. Again, if you see any parts of this fucking movie, if you're just like, them explaining it to me doesn't really sell me on the movie. The trailer doesn't really sell me on the movie. Watch the Barbie museum and this scene right here. Yeah. Again, if we haven't sold it, the trailer hasn't sold it. Watch the Barbie museum and this scene right here. If you don't like those two scenes, then don't even watch the fucking movie. Oh, my favorite part. Here we go.
Oh yes.
We cut to Mr. Grisham in a hotel. Oh, Mr. Grisham, by the way, played by Dave Thomas, famous Canadian actor. Oh yeah, what's your business in Canada? That's Dave Thomas right there.
Yeah.
Cut to Mr. Grisham in a hotel room who looks to invited a sex worker over. Grisham reveals that he wants them to both get naked, wear sailor hats, in a jacuzzi filled with Pepto-Bismol, and clip her toenails.
And
while she shaves his ass. Forgot about that one. After revealing a $3,000 price tag, Sinclair and the others pop out to reveal it was just another
$3,000 is the price.
Looks like he had 2,800. He's the closest. Which I've used that line so many fucking times. It's minus the shaving ass and sailor hat one. You know, I'm just like, come on, can we just get naked and get in a hot tub and I clip your toenails? I'm like, what the fuck, Will? You know, I'm like, what? I have needs. Where am I? Okay. Zach and Enrico find the heart. Zach, unhappy with the condition of the heart, wants to kill a drifter, but then he wants to kill Enrico. Enrico flees, jumping onto a moving train. We see that Nick and Tracy's car is broke down, while Vera and Meryl regret not buying a squirrel. We should have bought a squirrel while in the desert. But they come across a rocket-powered car and steal it. Tracy and Nick get held up for $500 for a cheap fix. Vera and Meryl come to a
they get to the rocket car.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I just got there, but I'm trying to figure out what word I wrote. Okay, anyway. Vera and Meryl come to a stop in the rocket car in the process. We then see Randy revealing that there is no job and it's just a race. Vera and Meryl, shaken up from the rocket car, are mistaken for mental patients.
It's macaroni night.
We
you
came
don't
here
want to miss dinner. It's macaroni night.
We came here in a rocket car, I'm sure.
Yes, get back on.
Yeah. Randy then tries to talk his family into going for the money, but they refuse, so he did what anybody would do. He drugs them.
He gets sleeping medication.
It's sleeping medication, yeah. Owen, still in a breakdown, reveals to the Lucys that he isn't really the bus driver, and then they attack him as Owen flees. Which, okay. All right. Randy hitches a ride with a trucker after the museum guides show up to retrieve the Hitler car. Blaine and Dwayne are miles away from Silver City when Blaine sees the woman of his dreams.
Oh yeah.
The car next to him. I forgot her name. Blaine then crashes the car into a monster truck rally when the girl flashes him her boobs. Blaine and Dwayne then steal a monster truck. Enrico, meanwhile, is on a train and accidentally gives his key to a baby he was entertaining. Owen, who has stolen a horse by this time, enters Silver City, as do the rest of the racers. They all have the station in sight when Vera and Meryl snap out of it, and all the racers make the final run for the locker. Enrico arrives first. Enrico goes to retrieve the money, but falls asleep before he could win. The rest of the racers arrive. Dwayne, if you look closely, Dwayne is the one who gets his key in. Dwayne gets his key in, and the locker is empty. It's revealed that the hooker from earlier has stolen the money with Grisham. The keymaker arrives.
Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah, Pepto-Bismol. The keymaker arrives while the keymaker arrives while the racers steal a bus. The chase goes into the night and ends at a Smash Mouth concert. Turns out it was a Feed the Earth concert, and after a misunderstanding, they donate the money. After hesitation from Dwayne, Nick then bamboozles Sinclair into making
doubling the amount of
making it, matching it is what and matching it as Smash Mouth plays All Star over the credits as they all stage dive in. And there it is. That is Rat Race.
Fucking great movie, man.
I liked it when it first came out. I mean, you would think this is because lately I have been finding movies that I used to love this as a kid, and now I watch it now. I'm like, not as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
And this one does not fall into that category.
No.
Although I will say, I used to love Smash Mouth All Star, but man, and I get tired of people referring to it as the Shrek song. It's not the fucking Shrek song. It's the Mystery Men song.
It's the Mystery Men song. Exactly. 1999, Mystery Men is wonderful. I am the Waffler.
The Waffler. Oh my God, we should do that movie.
I fucking love that movie too.
I've seen it a couple times, but see, that's one that I don't think would hold up for me. I liked it back then, but I don't think it would hold up for me. Maybe you, but probably not for me.
I like a lot of stupid shit like
this. That. I will say this cast was just, even the girl that I didn't know her name, like the one that wasn't a big star, even she was great. Again, I'm not taking anything away from her because I don't know who she is.
Right.
This cast was one. John Lovitz, Kathy and Jimmy, Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, Breckin Meyer,
Amy Smart.
Yeah, fucking phenomenal cast for the time. Even the side character, having Smash Mouth show up at the end, fucking Dave Thomas, John Cleese, Wayne Knight, those little side characters there. Phenomenal cast for this movie. Some of the visual gags in here are great. I will, after watching it this time, like I said, I did find a few things that I'm just like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But the Lucy thing. I don't understand why. Oh, and it's okay. But then all of a sudden he's like, I'm not really a bus driver. That's what set them off.
Yeah.
They're like, I lost 20 grand because of that coin flip. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
There were a couple things that didn't make any sense about it. After watching it this time, maybe as a kid, I was just like, nah, whatever. But now, as I'm watching as a serious film critic, not really. But yeah, there was just a couple things where I'm just like, all right, this didn't work, that didn't work. And seeing how I never saw It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, so I can't look at that as a comparison. So with all that said, again, I love Seth Green. I like just almost everything I've ever seen Seth Green in. I've liked Vince Valouf. I think severely underrated. I think he should have been a lot more shit. Again, Whoopi Goldberg, you can't really go wrong.
I love me some Whoopi. My celebrity crush right there.
I can't believe that, but okay.
Again,
I have nothing against her. I just that's
Amy Smart though is also fucking gorgeous.
Wow. I don't really. I'd probably pick Whoopi before Amy Smart.
Oh fuck.
Again, she's not ugly, but hell, I'd probably pick Catherine and Jimmy before Amy Smart.
Damn, that's a little bit much.
Oh, come on, Catherine and Jimmy's kind of fire.
Ugh.
Maybe not her in Hocus Pocus, but maybe her in Rat Race.
Nah.
I can't look at her with that fucking crooked mouth and fuck her,
Just turn the lights off.
Yeah, I guess that works. So yeah, the cast, phenomenal. I mean, this was like one of the first movies I seen Rowan Atkinson in where he wasn't Bean. So this was like really different for me seeing him like that.
He said
John,
race. He said race.
yeah,
Oh,
John
yeah.
Cleese, great. You know,
I love the line, I can do anything I want, I'm eccentric. Fucking, ah, perfect.
and John Lovitz just steals the show in just about any scene.
Yeah.
He steals the scene in anything he's in. Any scene he's in. I mean, like, oh my God, do you see this room? Have you seen this room? Yes, we're in it. And that look
Just
he
his
gives,
mouth
that
gaped open, just.
yeah, that look. Oh my God. Again, not to be so repetitive with this, but again, if you're listening to this and you're just like, I don't know if this movie is for me, let me go watch the trailer. And if the trailer doesn't sell you, just go watch those scenes. Watch him at the Barbie Museum and him, like, I don't know, being Hitler. I don't know how you look that up to where it doesn't look weird in your search engine, but look those two scenes up. If you watch those two scenes and you're still not like, yeah, this isn't for me, okay, just don't even watch the movie. Don't even waste your time. You know,
Yeah.
but if you watch those two scenes and you're like, this is pretty funny, watch the movie. Yeah, because there's going to be some other shit in there you're going to like. You know, even like a little stupid, like the Pepto Bismol scene. I've taken that with me ever since I've seen this movie. You know, uh, so yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, Nick, what would you give Rat Race?
I give it a perfect 10. I fucking love this
Really?
movie. I love this movie.
I probably, you know, back in like 2001, 2002 when I first saw it, I probably would have said perfect 10 too. But given that I found some shit that didn't really work with this movie, I'm gonna have to go a little lower. I can't give it a perfect 10, unfortunately. But I'm just gonna go a bit lower. I'm gonna say 9.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 9. Just because I found some stuff about it I didn't like and didn't make sense. But everything else about it was great. I can't talk enough about the cast and some of the jokes in the movie and such. So yeah. All right. So that was Rat Race. If you guys want to hear more movie episodes like this, then feel free to let us know. And next up, do you have a movie fact of the week?
Baja Men sang the title theme along with the inclusion of Who Let the Dogs Out. They sang the title theme. Rat
Yeah,
Race.
you did have one.
Yeah.
Wasn't really ready for that, but okay. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I forgot Who Let the Dogs Out was in there. Yeah.
When they're rushing down the stairs.
Yeah. Seriously, everybody knows Baja Men for Who Let the Dogs Out, but they actually had another good song. What was it called?
It was Best Years of Our Lives from Shrek.
Not that one. Oh, fuck, what is that? I gotta look it up real quick. Hold on. This is gonna bug me. Baja Men. What was it? Was it Move It Like This?
It might have been. Yeah, that sounds familiar. I move it like this, make it like that.
No, I don't think that was it. Where's their? Let me look at their. Wow, they have a lot of fucking albums. Holy shit. Here it is. Baja Men, Who Let the Dogs Out. Yeah, maybe that was it. Because I was about to say, because everybody knows them for Who Let the Dogs Out, but like they actually had another song that I like, and I think that was it. Move It Like This. Because it was like a take on I can move it like this, I can
Yeah.
shake it. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Because I'm looking at their Who Let the Dogs Out album, and none of the titles are sticking out to me. So yeah, okay. All right. Okay. I'll probably remember it once we stop recording. And now not that, give me that. And now we have a movie edition Q&A. I posted a short saying, hey, we're gonna do a movie edition Q&A, and we tried to get Shelby on just to be on the Q&A, but again, he had shit going on, so we're unfortunately he couldn't join us for this. So let me pull this up. And thanks to most of your questions, and we do appreciate the questions that you left here. Thank you. But we did have a segment planned at the beginning, but because of your questions, that kind of nullified that segment. But hey, here you go. All right, so let me start at the bottom. Okay. Fucking Brett. How much do you love Bobby Flay? I hate him.
I don't care. I mean, I don't watch the stuff, so fuck them.
God. When I first saw the show Beat Bobby Flay, I was like, yes, I'm watching that. And then I realized it was a cooking competition. I was disappointed. Okay, you got it. All right. These next ones come from Jason. What's your favorite Halloween themed horror movie? Halloween themed? That's oddly specific.
Yeah, that is oddly specific. How do you?
I guess I'll say Terrifier because I thought Terrifier was kind of cool.
I see. I haven't really seen enough horror movies to say like, oh hey, I mean, I guess The Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, I'll kill it. What is probably the worst horror film you've ever seen? The Legend of Bloody Mary. I turned it off.
Leprechaun 3,
Leprechaun 3, you sure about that?
maybe 2.
What about 4?
That one.
Okay. I was about to say 2 and 3 are actually quite decent. It's the 4th one that. See, and I used to go to bat for 4 a lot. Like, Leprechaun 4 in space is awesome. And then, again, that was one that, like, when I got older, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch Leprechaun 4. And I watched it. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? This is fucking awful. Oh my god! Like if you would have told me going into Leprechaun 4 in space and Leprechaun in the Hood, if you would have told me that Leprechaun in the Hood would have been far superior than in space, I would have called bullshit. But
Yeah.
oh my god, was I wrong? Leprechaun in the Hood is like fucking Gone with the Wind compared to in space. But yeah, mine would probably be the Legend of Bloody Mary. I made it like 20 minutes into it. Like the back of the box made it sound really good, so I rented it, and then I popped the movie in. It was like it was filmed in like somebody's fucking backyard. So I was like, all right, fuck this. And when you trick or treated as a kid, what candy you loved? Jason's was probably sugar babies or chocolate.
I always liked getting those fucking like full size bit, like not full size, but like the big grab bag of chips. Oh fuck yeah! Or
Man,
like can of pop in there and just sneak one in there. It's like,
man,
ooh,
people used to give y'all chips and shit.
yeah, fuck yeah.
We used to
Get
have a
chips.
few houses when I was a kid that would give out soda, but those were like far and in between. I mean, that
There
was
was
like once every 4 years that would happen.
I can remember ones that those little sets of like Army Men or Animals or shit that you can get the toy sets at dollar stores.
Yeah.
They used to fucking separate all those in little fucking treat bags, and you could get a bag
Damn.
of toys and shit. It was fucking awesome.
I used to really, I mean, like I was very partial to Snickers. That's why I know you couldn't eat it because of the peanut thing. Did you always have the peanut allergy? Was that
Yeah.
always? Okay. So yeah, mine was probably Snickers and it was a weird thing. They used to look just like eyeballs, but they were gum.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
remember those.
So like, yeah, oh yeah, I used to get ecstatic for those just because of how cool they looked. Like I remember this one time. Me and the sister that I can't fucking stand to be around now. As a kid, we go to them houses that would just leave a bowl out and it's like, take one, please. And we're like, yeah, whatever. We went through like their whole bowl and just took every piece of eyeball gum out. We didn't take everything, but we just took the eyeball gum
All
out.
the eyeball gum.
Yeah. Because, I mean, those are awesome, man. These next ones here come from Redzn. REDSZN. This is an interesting one. You're in charge of casting a horror remake with a current male wrestler and a current female wrestler. What film are you remaking and who are you casting?
And I'm putting Doink the Clown as Pennywise. And
I was drinking when you said that. Come on.
yeah, and I'm putting Doink as Pennywise, and maybe Alexa Bliss as like main female antagonist or protagonist or whatever you call it. Yeah.
I like that. Dude, Doink the Clown as Pennywise, Alexa Bliss as the main girl, and then they put in the scene from the original book where they all plow her at the end.
Well, and Georgie would be Nicholas Cohn, fucking kid, or maybe Brody Lee Jr. Yeah.
Because fun fact for you people who don't know it, there's a scene in the book where like when they're 12 years old, after they beat Pennywise as a kid, they all run a train on that girl to show like unity or some shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And he also wants. Oh, my answer. Oh shit. I'm remaking a horror movie. Current male wrestler. Current. Da-da-da-da. What's that? Oh, I remake When a Stranger Calls with Oh no, it has to be a male and a female. Never mind. I was gonna say When a Stranger Calls with Kenny Omega as the stranger and CM Punk as the babysitter, but that doesn't work.
Why not?
Because it has to be a male and a female.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Rosa.
Yeah,
Jamie
but that
Hayter.
doesn't make the joke work that I was going for.
Oh, Jamie Hayter, or Thunder Rosa was hiding in the bathroom because Jamie Hayter broke her nose.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one. Let's see. Okay, all right. I would. Oh, it's not on me. All right. I you know what? Okay, I'd remake Friday the 13th Part 2 with Asuka as Jason and the Miz as the lead.
Okay.
Yeah. Asuka only because she wore that Jason mask. I don't know.
Right.
What was the last movie that made you cry or shed a tear? Clerks 3.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
I cried my fucking eyes out watching Clerks 3.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my god, oh god. That ending is just
it was tears of joy for me for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood just because I love Mr. Rogers and like they stayed true to the fucking that was a good movie.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that one. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, whenever Clerks 3 comes out, man, oh fuck. It was just so good. There's a lot. I'll just put it like this without spoiling anything. There's some laughs in it, but there are some laughs in it, but it's mainly about the drama. And
okay,
the last like I'd probably say 10 minutes, I was like crying my fucking eyes out. You know, and what are our top 3 favorite snacks to eat while enjoying a movie?
Fuck. Whatever the leftover food is from dinner in the fridge. Pizza rolls, fucking popcorn.
Yeah, I'd probably say leftovers. That's a good one. A sandwich. I usually make a sandwich. And you know what? Ice cream. Ice cream.
Time I smuggled a whole Subway sandwich into the movie theater.
Oh, there's a question about that coming up.
6-footer. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, there's a question about that coming up. All right, Jackie wants to know, what's the most ridiculous thing you ever snuck into a movie theater?
A whole entire Subway sandwich.
I was never really like, let me sneak this shit in type of person. The only thing I really snuck in were like cans of Diet Coke with lime. That was like the most ridiculous thing I ever really snuck in. I was never really one of those people that are just like, oh, let me go to the store and fucking buy some shit for the movie theater. And I was never really like, oh, let me buy snacks there too. Because like once I moved to Houston and I went to this theater, we had a theater there called Tinseltown. And one time I went there, I forgot what movie I was seeing, but I got a large Diet Coke. It was like I was recently diabetic. So I got a large Diet Coke. And I took a sip of this Diet Coke, and it was like Diet Coke mixed with like, I don't know, ass sweat.
Ew.
And it was the nastiest Diet Coke I've ever tasted in my life, to the point where I was like, I can't drink this. And they're just like, oh, would you like something else? I'm like, you don't have anything else diet, so you just take this. See you later. From that day forward, whenever I go to a movie theater, I don't get anything. I don't get nachos. I don't get candy.
That's fair.
I don't get drink. And that's not just there. That's any movie theater. You know, ever since that incident. You know, so if I do bring something in, it's usually like a can of like Diet Coke, my own Diet Coke or something like that. So I'm not real adventurous when it comes to sneaking shit in. What is one movie a girl (parentheses) or someone in general made you watch that you're still embarrassed about?
I watched The Time Traveler's Wife and P.S. I Love You in the same 12-hour period and cried at both of them.
Man, Time Traveler's Wife was fucking bomb, man.
I fucking cried.
I think P.S. I Love You was like good for a one-time watch. Like I haven't gone back.
That too.
Yeah.
Then I watched The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, and I also cried watching that.
The fuck?
It finally made it to Mordor, man.
I guess. I wouldn't say I was embarrassed by it, but like probably in a Notebook. And I wouldn't say I was made to watch it. Like my family watched it, and they're like, "Oh my god, the Notebook was so sad and everything." So like out of curiosity, I waited for them to like leave one night. I was like, "Are they gone?" I was like, "Let me watch this Notebook, see what it's all about." Watched it, fucking cried. You know, I was just like, yeah, because I was watching like, what are they fucking bitching about? Let me pop this in. I fucking popped it in. By the end, I'm like, oh man, you know, she remembers, man. You know, so you know, so I'd probably say that one. Yeah. What life story or plot would you like to see adapted to film? You know, like I guess like if it's not a story or like a major story, like what would you like to see a movie of?
Wow. Huh.
You know why you think about that? Mine would probably be there was a story of a guy. I'm pretty sure maybe you've heard of him, but a guy he's no longer with us. But a guy used to do a show called Art Bell. He used to have his own radio show, and he would bring on like weird, kooky characters and shit. Like people would call in, like, "Yes, I'm from another planet," and it's called the and like Art Bell would do an interview with this guy, like, "What's it like on your planet?" And shit. Like that's like the kind of show he did. Well, he used to have this guy who used to call in named Mike Markham, and Mike Markham claimed that he could time travel. And it started out with like this. He had like this coil in his basement, and he threw a screw through it one time, and the screw appeared on another side of the room. So he was like, if I can do that with a screw, I could probably do it with a human. So he built like a bigger one. And against people's better judgment, supposedly he went through it. Well, apparently there was like a newspaper article from like Arizona in like 1906, where like they found a man in the desert who only said his name was Mike and he was holding a weird device in his hand that looked like a cell phone. And I'm just like, how fucking badass of a movie would that be?
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, fuck, man. Like I've thought about it many times. Like, man, I could probably write that movie if I sat down and put my mind to it. So, like, I would like to see that as a movie.
All I can think of is
Mad Mike Markham movie.
I'd like to see a biopic on Michael Larson from Press Your Luck.
Bill Murray was working on one for a while, but once that documentary came out, once the documentary came out, it kind of went to shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Bill Murray wanted because he was fascinated with that story.
Yeah.
But then once Game Show Network did the documentary, like all the interest went away because it's just like, well, there's a story, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was talk about that for a while. Bill Murray really wanted to do it.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. Do you like it when musicians cross over to acting? Depends on which ones.
Yeah, it depends on which ones. Yeah,
like Mariah Carey? No. Lady Gaga? Sure.
Jennifer Lopez? Yeah, all right.
She was an actress first, though.
I thought she was singing first.
No.
I'll be damned.
No. Her first album came out in '98.
John Travolta.
He was singing first?
No, yeah.
All right. These
Queen
next ones.
Latifah.
There you go. She did pretty well for herself. Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, that was another one. Yeah.
These next ones come from Tony, aka T-Bone Tone. I don't know if you'll have an answer for this one, but favorite slasher film franchise?
Scream.
I don't think Saw would count as slasher, so I'll say probably Nightmare on Elm Street. What is your obligatory October movie watches?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I don't really have any like in October that I'm just like, it's October, I gotta watch
it's
this.
Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Or it's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. There
I don't
he
really
is. It's The Great Pumpkin.
I don't really have any in October. I'm just like, oh, okay, it's October. December's usually my month where I'm like, okay, it's December, I gotta watch these movies. Yeah, I can't really think of any. Yeah. So sorry, Tony. Okay, here we go. What is a movie casting that you didn't like when you first heard about it and still don't think was a good fit? For Tony, it was Ben Affleck as Batman and Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Cobra Commander. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
You know what? Chris Rock as the lead in a Saw movie.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
It was like A for effort, but like D- on execution.
Seth Rogen as the voice of Pumbaa in the live-action Lion King.
I didn't watch that. I don't think I've seen any of the fucking live-action remakes.
Also, there's another one. I can't think of it. That's the only one I can think of, though. I didn't really.
The only live-action remake I was really interested in seeing was Aladdin, and I just never got around to it.
Didn't watch it.
Yeah. If you could be an extra in any movie, like a fly on the wall of a great movie, which movie or what scene would you be in the background of?
Dazed and Confused. Yeah.
The three-way scene in Wild Things.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most disappointing movie you have seen this year?
To be honest, I haven't seen any movies within the past year that aren't old. I was disappointed by.
Disappointing movie I've seen this year. Oh shit! What's come out this year? Let me see. Hold on. I've seen some this year. So 2022 in film. All right, let's see. Let me see what's come out this year. See, that's how I'm like, I don't see that many, like, I don't see as many movies as I used to, like, back in the day. Right. You know? Let's see. Scream was great. Loved it. The new one, that is. They came out with a new, oh no, Ice Age. I was like, they came out with a new Ice Age movie, but it's something else. Didn't see it. Didn't see it. Didn't see it. Okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre might be a contender. I mean, it was still all right. I thought the one scene was pretty good, but that might be the winner here. Hold on. April to June. Nope, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was great. Man, did I not see this many movies this year? Fuck. Oh, you know what? Since I haven't finished it and I found out it was a fictional version, I'll say Blonde on Netflix.
Okay.
Which was supposed to be like a Marilyn Monroe biopic, which I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. I'll check it out and everything. Then I'm watching it, and it's a little weird. The editing's really weird. So I'm just like, oh, okay. And then come to find out, it's a fictional take on her life. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point?
Guess I'll skip that one then.
Yeah, so I just stopped watching it. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to finish it. What are your favorite sports movies?
Moneyball and The Big Green.
A League of Their Own, which is also my favorite movie ever.
Oh, Draft Day is also good. I love that movie.
And Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
And I'd probably also throw the Longest Yard in there, the remake.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
And I don't know if you could consider it a sports movie. It's a documentary, but Beyond the Mat.
Also good.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Airbud.
Sorry.
Airbud, also good.
What?
Yeah.
As many movies as they put that dog through, if I ever ran into that dog years ago while he was still alive, I'd put a bullet in its head just so it wouldn't have to do any more movies.
Oh.
No more pain where you're going, boy. You know.
Airbud and Airbud 2 were fucking great.
Have you ever left a movie so disappointed or so dissatisfied that you were actually pissed off?
No.
The closest I ever came was Fahrenheit 9/11, and that's only because I was just like, it was just, I get it, it's a documentary, you know, but like it was just getting a little too graphic for my taste.
Mm.
You know, that was the closest I ever came. And I would say The Marine with John Cena, because I've said this story many times, but how do we go around them? We don't go around them. We go through them. I was like, see you later. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Done.
I walked out of the theater. I tried it again on DVD, and I made it a little bit further, but I still didn't like it. So yeah. But yeah, I think Fahrenheit. But I don't think I've ever like went. You know what? Stuck on You with
Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear.
Yeah, that's one. I was just like,
didn't even bother with that one.
Yeah, I got a free screening to go see it, and even then, I was just like, I kind of want my money back. Like. So yeah, I'd probably say Fahrenheit 9/11 was like the closest I ever came to like, because like I don't really count The Marine because I wasn't really there to see The Marine. I was like waiting for another movie, but like I actually paid money to go see Fahrenheit 9/11, and I was like really close to walking out just because of how graphic it was. And Stuck on You, I was just like, all right, it's free, I'll go see it. And then I was just like, this is really fucking boring. It's not really that funny. Plus the ending was stupid. So. And the last one here comes from Gangstar Kings. And that is, what is the worst Marvel movie to come out this year?
I haven't watched any of them this year. I haven't watched any of them since Captain Marvel, to be honest.
Shit, I haven't watched any I haven't watched any since, oh fuck, what was the last Marvel movie I've seen? I think it was like Captain America Winter Soldier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, because I tried doing the whole, all right, I'll do the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. I watched Iron Man 2, Thor I only watched because like I was talking to someone at the time who that was her favorite fucking movie like ever. Yeah. So I was just like, all right, you know what, let me see what they're talking about. So I literally went to my video store. Remember those kids? Bought a copy for $8, took it home and watched it. And I was like, all right, that was decent. I don't say how it's your favorite movie ever, but whatever. Watched Captain America, fell asleep through most of it. Watched The Winter Soldier, don't remember any of it. And that was it. I don't if I've seen any of the others. I wanted to watch the Avengers, but I just never did. So, all right. Those were the questions this episode here. Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. We'll return next week. Are we sure Extreme Rules is next week?
Yeah, it's on Saturday.
I swear they said the 22nd.
October 8th. Because the new commentary team takes over on Raw after.
Let me double check that. Not that I don't believe you, but Extreme Rules. Yeah, okay. All right. Could have swore. Is there a pay-per-view on the 22nd?
When's
From
Crown
someone?
Jewel?
Is it? Oh, I think it's Halloween Havoc.
You know what? I think you're right.
Yeah.
Halloween Havoc is
October
that's the
22nd. Yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, I was
And
about to say I know there's a
Crown
pay-per-view on
Jewel
the
is
22nd,
November 5th.
which I can't wait to do that one.
Full Gear is going to be somewhere around there too.
What is?
AEW Full Gear.
I think it's going to be after Crown Jewel.
Well, because then Survivor Series is fucking. Survivor Series is November 26th, so AEW. Shit. AEW Full Gear is November 19th. Okay.
Well, we'll be back next week with a review of Extreme Rules, which I'm excited for this Extreme Rules because they're actually doing Extreme Rules.
Yep.
Every match has a stipulation, which is how it should be.
Makes sense too, like.
Or they made them make sense.
Yeah.
You know, like, fuck. Even if they don't make sense, I don't give a shit. Like, I got tired of like 2 matches having stipulations, and it's just like, okay, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss in a singles match. Like, okay, what else are you gonna give me here? No, that's all you get. You know.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with that, and hopefully Shelby will be back with us. We did try and plan a live watch along, but that did not work out. Nick is actually the one that suggested it, and then he was like, "Oh, I can't make it." Then why the fuck did you suggest it?
I wasn't thinking.
So yeah, until next time, guys. We'll see you next week for myself and Nick. Be breezy, guys.